And now we can sit here for a little bit, like we have before, at the end of each chapter. Thank you both so much for the support. That does mean a lot to me, you know? Alright. Once again, I shall say I love this song a lot. It's really special, I think. It's like a bridge. It feels like a bridge between Deltarune and Undertale more than anything else, really. I think it's a wonderful song. And this was a wonderful chapter. Gosh. Yeah, this chapter... I think this chapter holds up better the more I think about it. When coming back to it, it seemed like a fairly standard Deltarune chapter. After there was a quote-unquote formula established in Chapter 2. And Chapter 2 was so special to me with how I realized this was a game that was going to stick with me forever and grow with me. That it felt kind of odd, but I still had a great time. Like, this chapter was still a 10 out of 10. But over time, I am seeing more and more how it fits in with the broader narrative and kind of the themes of it all, you know? This is an episode about nostalgia. It's an episode about the past, revisiting the past before charting ahead for new waters. Someone who was so stuck in the past that he's trying to drag others down with him, you know? I think that's what Tenet is. I know that, personally, I kind of have a tendency to reflect quite a bit. It's something that I've done quite a bit, and it's been helpful some ways. It's important to look at your history and to look at your past and to learn from it, but it has to feel the future, you know? I've been a little guilty sometimes of lingering too long into the past, so this chapter did definitely hit, you know? It's something I think about a lot. Kind of like taking solace in the comforts of childhood or the comforts of whatever was in the past, you know? Whether it be like a video game or, you know, a book or even just an era of your life and just reminiscing, you know? But I think it was very fitting, especially considering what next chapter is going to be like, but I'm not going to say anything about that. All I will say is, in the past, I have struggled quite a bit. I'm an extremely lucky person with so many things. I'm in a really great position to be able to have the sort of stability that I do. But nowadays, like, I mean, I've been mentioning it over the past few weeks, but I quit my job, like, a little over a month ago. And that felt like a step towards leaving the past behind. Or leaving the past where it should be. I have learned, I have grown, and now it's time to move forward. I've said it in passing. I've said it to a couple of friends. But I'll say it here. I'll say it here now. I really, really want to make streaming my full-time thing. I would love that. I am scared to do that, however. Mostly because, you know, I'm still relatively small. Relatively, in terms of, like, you know, being able to actually make a living off of it, you know? So, you know, it's a hard thing to really gauge, I guess, how much fire there is under this. Under this sort of, like, streaming part-time job, I suppose. I'm considering it now. I'm kind of considering it a part-time job right now, because really, I don't know. I want to do it. I want to be able to do it. I want to be able to entertain all of you. I want to be able to give a place where people can come and relax and smile and have a good time and learn a thing or two, or see a new perspective, or just appreciate some of their favorite video games, you know? I want to teach y'all things that you may have never known. I want to learn from chat and learn from the games I play, and, you know, I want to have fun. I want everyone here to have fun. That's where that comes from, I suppose. I've had that little tagline for a while, but you know. But chapter 3 is really special, I think. It really stepped things up. So, I'll say to everyone who made it today, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Shiki and Timpani, thank you so much for the gifted subs. That means the world to me, and it means a lot to me, especially considering, you know, what I said earlier, trying to make this a career, a full thing, if I can, if I am able. But we'll see. What a great chapter. What a great game. And this game, unless they royally screw up chapters like 6 through 7 or 8, I think it's like 6 and 7, like 5, or unless they royally screw up chapters 5 through 7, this is gonna be my favorite game of all time, really. I honestly, it's getting there. It's riding the train really close to that place, so. But yeah, next time when we play Deltarune on this channel, we move on into chapter 4, and we see what the future holds for us.